Action on Demand, so which is recently acquired by Salesforce. So from this month, fortunately, I will be employee of Salesforce. Along with this regular job, I do some social activities as well, like for this community. So I make some videos, and those are related to Salesforce. You can find those videos on my YouTube channel. And I also help freshers and experienced professionals, because Salesforce is growing day by day. And more freshers and experienced professionals, those are not in Salesforce ecosystem. So they want career guidance. So I provide that as well. And I'm delivering this session because I'm already non-profit cloud certified consultant, and I have worked on a variety of projects. Those are based on non-profit. Okay, so let's start with this. So this will be the agenda. So I will be giving you introduction to Npsp. Then we'll tell you how we can install non-profit success pack. Then what all new objects are available, and how existing objects we leverage to use Npsp as a cloud. Then what is affiliation, relationships, addresses, and additional objects, those are available in Npsp. And what is Npsp ERD? Okay, so let's start with Npsp. So if we talk about India, so in India, basically we have various organizations, those are working voluntarily, right? So these organizations are known as NGOs in India, but in Western countries, they are basically known as non-profit organizations. So to manage their day-to-day activities, Salesforce basically developed a package that is known as non-profit success pack. So it is an independent cloud. So I hope many of you worked on Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing, Community. So similarly, non-profit is additional cloud, so which is built on top of Salesforce configuration. So if you have any Salesforce org, no matter whatever edition you are using, so if you want to use non-profit cloud, so you need to install this non-profit success pack on that org. And this non-profit success pack is already having lots of configuration that can help non-profit organization to manage their day-to-day activities. Now, you might be thinking then what consultant and developer will be doing if non-profit success pack is already there to manage non-profit organizations activities. So basically, each non-profit organization works differently, right? So non-profit success pack is a common pack, and which is created to cover basic functionality related to non-profit organization. But if you want to leverage those functionality to meet particular clients' non-profit organization day-to-day activities, so maybe you will be leveraging them, and as per the client requirement, you will be implementing some more features. So in Salesforce, like we have both the features, we can leverage non-profit cloud through non-coding, like low code development things, and we can also leverage them with the help of coding things, maybe Apex or Lightning Web Components. So as per the client requirement, you can just leverage the functionalities those are provided by non-profit cloud. So this was a brief idea that I explained. So now let's focus on the points which are written here. So non-profit success pack, in short, we say in Npsp is a package of tools and configurations that help the organizations get up and running quickly in Salesforce. It's a foundation of non-profit cloud, a single integrated platform that connects all functions of your organization, right? So non-profit cloud unifies fundraising. So let's say nowadays we see on social media platform various fundraising organizations. So to manage their activities also, you can use non-profit cloud. Then program management, like if we take example of these community events, like Salesforce community events, where some speakers come and they talk about certain cloud or certain functionality, those are available in Salesforce. So if you want to manage those kind of activities, so for that purpose also you can use a non-profit cloud. Then for marketing and grant making teams to deliver experiences that surpass the expectations of today's constituents and drive next level change and impact. So basically, wherever any organization that is working for non-profit, like there are two types of organization in the world. One is profitable and one is non-profitable. So for non-profitable organizations, this complete cloud is configured by Salesforce. And to be your knowledge, like in Salesforce, we have non-profit cloud, we have education cloud. So basically, these are under the umbrella of Salesforce.org, if you have heard about that. And Traction on Demand is basically working on these two popular clouds. These are popular nowadays, non-profit cloud and education cloud. And recently they launched Health Cloud as well, right? So these are under .org. So basically, if you have your skills on non-profit cloud or maybe any other cloud, right? So nowadays, when we are using Salesforce, so two types of jobs are evolving in the market. One is to become a consultant, developer, or tester, so that you can leverage the product that is provided by Salesforce to meet the client requirement. So this is one kind of job that I think we all are doing. So we all are somewhere developer, tester, consultant, right? So we are doing that thing. But other part of job is administrator. Like suppose I am running any non-profit organization and I purchase some licenses for non-profit cloud, right? And I hired a company, or I like hired some consultants. Those will be leveraging that non-profit cloud for me. So now there are three entities. One is Salesforce, that is providing you product. Second is consultant or companies or service companies. Those are leveraging that product which is provided by Salesforce to meet the client requirement. And third is the client itself, who will be using that product provided by Salesforce and like managed by any consultancy, right? So if I'm the client and I have purchased some licenses from Salesforce, so I alone won't be managing that product. I need to hire some administrators. Those will be using that platform, right? So this is second part of the job. So that's why right now, like if you see Salesforce ecosystem, so two kind of jobs are there. If you know admin, then also you can do some clerical job as well, wherever Salesforce product is used as a system in the company, right? So if you have admin skills and you want to work with non-profit organization where a non-profit cloud is used, so you need to become non-profit admin, right? Because you must be having both the skills, admin as well as non-profit, how non-profit works, right? So you need to configure your Salesforce org. You need to keep everything up to date, because Salesforce releases 3 release every year. So being a non-profit admin, you need to do that work as well. Then you need to ensure security, make sure data is clean and complete. Then you need to support reporting and analytics, right? So in non-profit organizations, there are huge amount of data, there are donations are there. So you need to ensure security, you need to build reports and dashboards so that you can do some analytics, right? So if you know admin and only non-profit configuration, so then also there is one job is there in the market. And other side is the development, so that will be open always. Now let's do some hands-on, like how we can install non-profit cloud in the system and how we can use it in the org. So I'm jumping into the org, and in my org, this is already installed. So sorry, if you search for installed packages, so under the installed packages section, you will find non-profit. So if you install non-profit success pack, so other tools will also be installed. So here you can see publisher, and this is the package name, right? Publisher and package name. So you will see two types of publishers, Salesforce, then Salesforce.com. So this is one entity of Salesforce, and another one is Salesforce.org. So Salesforce comes under Salesforce.org, right? And if you install non-profit success pack, so these relationships, affiliation, household, recurring donation, context and organization, and volunteer for service. So these are basically related to this non-profit success pack. So volunteer for service, you need to install separately, but others will be installed while you will be installing non-profit success pack. So these are pre-implemented packages, and you can see these are managed, right? So whenever Salesforce do some modification in these packages, so they will be available automatically in your org, or maybe you can run the update and they will be updated automatically, right? And every package is having their own namespace. So NP01, NP03, like that, right? And this non-profit success pack is having namespace as Npsp. So this is the first step that we need to do. And if you want to like have the installer, so basically we have this thing. So it is official document of this non-profit success pack. So this is product documentation. So if you open this link, and through this link, you can go here and you can install or upgrade Npsp. So if you go to this link, so from here, you can install your non-profit success pack. So from here, you can go to installer page. So here you can see, if you install, so all these packages will be installed in one go, right? And you will be able to use your non-profit cloud. Okay, so if you have any developer edition org that we use freely to do some practice, or if you have Trailhead Playground, so there also you can do this installation. But I would prefer if you have developer edition also, there you will be installing, and you can use that developer edition org freely for lifetime, right? So this was about the installation. Now, if I go back to slides, so generally we have this setup to do some configuration at the backend of Salesforce. But if you install Npsp, so you will be having one more setup available. So if I go here, so this is our setup. And if you go to App Launcher, so you will find one more thing, that is Npsp Settings. So if you open that, so after installation, you will be having this individual Npsp settings, from where you can do configurations related to Npsp, like non-profit success pack only. So it is getting opened. So after learning Salesforce admin, you need to learn these things additionally as non-profit cloud consultant. And like if you want to learn non-profit, so this product document will help you a lot. So here you can see everything is available: how to import your data, ongoing administration, manage constituents, manage donation and other gift types, manage programs. So everything is available here. If you go here, so it will be having all the details. And by going through these details, you will be able to understand like how you can work in Npsp cloud. So now you can think like how big this cloud is, right? And this cloud is becoming more popular in Western countries, because they like run many non-profit organizations. And India also, we run NGOs. So maybe in future, Indian organizations will also be using this cloud. So, okay, so any Trailhead link? Yeah, so surely if you search on Google, so non-profit, if you search this, so you will find non-profit Trailhead as well. So here you can see this Salesforce.org non-profit cloud basics links is available, right? If you go through this, so you will find some knowledge, but that product documentation will help you a lot. So in Trailhead, very few information is available, but this is total Npsp product documentation. So I would prefer this document over Trailhead. But for basic information, you can go through Trailheads for sure, right? So these information are available here as well. Yeah, so product link I can share in the chat. Okay, and one more information, like if you learn non-profit cloud and you want to appear for non-profit cloud certification exam, so there is no dumps, no material available on internet. So you need to go thoroughly through this document, and then you need to learn. So out of my 6 certification, I give more weightage to non-profit cloud certification, because for this cloud certification, I prepared myself for at least 6 months. So I worked on a project, then I went through this documentation, and then I prepared myself. Still, I was able to manage 65%, just border, because in that examination, all the questions were based on real-time use cases, right? So if you have gone through this document and you have worked on any of the non-profit project, then only you will be able to crack that certification. So it is worthful certification, right? Okay, so if I come here, so now this Npsp settings is open. So here you can see, if you want to manage all your non-profit success pack settings, so everything is available here. So let's say if you want to open this, so everything is written here, you can edit and modify as per your requirement, right? So while going through slides, so maybe I will open some of the options so that you can understand those. Now, if I come here and move to next slide. So in Npsp, some of the standard objects will be used for different purposes. So objects will be same, like account, contact, opportunities, campaign, but their uses will be different, right? So I will be comparing Npsp with Sales Cloud. So first go through, let's go through with these slides so that we understand what is the difference between these objects. So first is account. So it records donor or client households, companies, foundations, or other organizations with whom your org has a relationship, right? So if I take example of Sales Cloud, so in Sales Cloud also we maintain accounts. So for example, if any organization is making mobile phones, so let's say example, let's take example of Samsung. Samsung is a company who is creating a mobile phone as a product. Now, Samsung is dealing with many business organizations where they are delivering mobile phones. So those organizations will be treated as account for them, right? So similarly, if you are working in non-profit organizations, so non-profit organization will be dealing with many households. Households means a home where many people live, and the who is leading that house will be known as the primary contact, right? So in non-profit environment, that home is known as household, right? So if I take example of India, so in India, like this Ram Mandir temple is being constructed. So for that we donated. So we donated as a house, right? So in non-profit cloud, if you want to manage that thing, so you will be, your home will be treated as a household account. So one account will be created, and all the members of that house will become contacts, right? So for individual person, there won't be accounts. For whole home, there will be a account. Then companies, so corporate companies, the profitable companies, foundations, other organizations, those are working as non-profit organization or other organizations. So companies, foundation, and organization, they are kind of same, having different terminologies. And second is household, right? So in non-profit success pack, so if you install that, so on account, you will see two type of accounts, household and organization. So there will be two record types. So we'll see this later on after these slides. So household accounts track donors, clients, and other constituents at same mailing address with such a family. And organizations such accounts are like foundation, companies, government agencies. So these two type of record types are already configured, right? So Ankit, right now I don't have uploaded any video because on my YouTube channel I'm going step by step. So first I finished admin. Now then I finished Apex related thing. Now I am working on Aura and LWC, and after that I will pick specific clouds. So soon, like in the middle of this year, you will be getting those videos for sure. Okay, so this was about account. Now I'm moving to contact. So contact will be recording contact information. So contact will be people. And here you can see in the third point, in contact object, you will be tracking information of donors, members, volunteers, client, and staff, right? So if I take example of this Kanpur community group, so in this group, like as Rishabh told, some leaders are there, some volunteers are there, we are members, we like some speakers are there, right? Or there may be some donors as well. So if you create any org, if you set up any org for this community group, right? So all the members will be tracked through contact record, contact object only. And under that contact object, you can like store any information. It may be related to donor, member, volunteer, client, or staff, whatever, right? And related to those like roles, some additional fields will be available on the contact object that we'll see later on. Then comes opportunity. So we understood account. Account will be any household or organization. Then we have contact. Contact are people, right? Then we have opportunity. So opportunity means donations, grants, memberships, right? So this opportunity basically tracks revenue generating activities like donation, grants, or membership fees. Opportunities could include financial contribution from an individual, grants from an institution, contracts from a government institution, in-kind gifts from a company, or sales of merchandise related to your organization, right? So everything will be treated as opportunity. So suppose for this group, for this community group, I make some donation. So my donation record will be created under opportunity object. So this way we will be leveraging opportunity. And then we have campaign. So in Sales Cloud also, we have all the things: account, contact, opportunity, and campaign. So every month or every fortnightly, you see like Kanpur group, community group is organizing some events for talks, right? So you can create a campaign like for 2022. There's a campaign, and Salesforce provide their report by the end of this year. So this whole year can be treated as a campaign. So 2022 is a campaign. Last year was like one previous campaign. So what they can do, they can create a campaign record, and they can see like how many contacts we created as a donor, sorry, as a volunteer, as a member, right? And how many opportunities, like how many donations we received in that particular year. So those will be like maintained in this way. So campaign is parent for opportunity, right? So if you make any donation, so that will come under that campaign. So you can link your opportunity with particular campaign, right? So this way it is managed. Now let's come to this account model. So first I will be explaining the Sales Cloud model. So Salesforce was originally designed as a business to business application. In the traditional B2B scenario, So in the traditional B2B scenario, companies track other companies they sell to accounts. Each account has people associated with it, contacts, as well as deals. Those are known as opportunities. So here you can see all three objects are available. Accounts, accounts like companies to whom they sell products. Then contacts, like with those companies, some people are associated, so their information will be stored in contacts. And deals are opportunities. So this way, Salesforce initially implemented Sales Cloud, right? So here you can see with the help of this diagram, you can understand the relationships. So account is parent, and contact and opportunities are related to those accounts. And account is company, contact are people, and opportunity is sales. Now, if I go ahead, so this is household account model that is available in non-profit cloud, right? So here you can see account will be treated as household, contacts will be treated as donors, and opportunities will be treated as donations, right? And in Salesforce, we have this functionality like for standard objects. for standard objects, we can rename the label of the objects, right? So if you want to rename your opportunity objects label as donation, so you can do, right? So that is also possible. So this is the basic difference between Sales Cloud and non-profit cloud. So now I hope you might understood the difference clearly, right? So if I go ahead, okay, so I'm just taking a pause so that we can take any question if you have. Otherwise, I'm moving to this org. So if you have any question as of now, so you can ask. Otherwise, we can take all the question at the end as well. Okay. So now I'm just opening the setup so that I can show you the configuration which will be provided. And if I go to accounts and if I click on new, so you will see two types of accounts will be available. Two record types are available. If you want to create any account as household account, so you can choose this one. If if donation is coming from any organizations, and if you want to create any account, so you can create organization account as well. And this is pre-implemented. If you go to setup and open object manager, if I open accounts and go to record type, so there you will see these are available. And if I go to page layout, so you can see these page layouts, first 4 are related to Sales Cloud. And like when I created this developer edition org, so these were provided by default. When I installed Npsp, so household and organization layouts were installed. And this publisher layout I created as a custom, right? So this household layout and organization layout are part of Npsp. Okay. And if I take you to any record, so let's say this one. So basically, this is organization account. So here you can see these various fields. First, gift date, last gift amount, largest gift. So all these are roll-up summary fields, right? And these roll-up summary fields are provided by Npsp pack, right? So if you install your non-profit cloud, so these fields will be available automatically. So most of the configuration is provided by Salesforce. You just need to leverage it for your client's requirement. Now, if I go to context, so on contact as well, let's say if I open this one, go to details. So here also you will see many fields. So this is donation information, donation total, soft credits, household donation info, membership information. So this way, this page layout is configured, right? And if I take you to donation, so basically we are on Service Cloud. So let's search for Npsp. Okay, if you search for non-profit, so here one application is also available. So non-profit success pack, if you open, so you will see all the objects related to non-profit success pack. So here you can see opportunities available. So if you open opportunities, so here donations you can track. If you go to details, so you will see different fields. So these are related to this non-profit success pack. And if you go to campaigns, so you can create campaign like if you are providing, suppose you created any campaign for computer education. So this way it will be created. And if you go here, so here you can see we can have the roll-ups like contacts and campaigns, leads. Then at bottom, you can see these volunteer information. Okay, so this way you can link your objects with campaign as well, and you can track the information. So basically these 4 objects which are standard we use here, right? Some more objects are available like recurring donation, labels, contact merge, and this Npsp setting, engagement plan templates. So these are provided by non-profit success pack. Okay, so this way it is managed. So you can compare this non-profit cloud with Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. So as demanding Service Cloud, Sales Cloud are, So similar demand is available nowadays for non-profit cloud. Okay. So this was about the standard objects. Now, if I go to next slide, like how we can add a household account. So basically, let me first create one household account so that I can show you one thing. So if I want to create any household account, so I can name it. So let's say, so I'm from Jaipur, so I'm creating one account for Jaipur household and saving this. So this way you can create this household, and under this household, you can create as many contacts as you want. So all those contacts will be treated as their donors, members, volunteers, whatever. And for this opportunities here, you can see we have this button, new account donation. So in generally in your developer edition or in Sales Service Cloud, you see new here, but through non-profit success pack, it is already modified and it is named as new account donation. If I click here, so one donation will be created. And for donation, okay, so let me cancel this. Actually, in this org, I just overridden that opportunity. So if I go to opportunity and if I click on new, so this way you will see. And these opportunity one and opportunity two record types I created. These are not provided by non-profit success pack, right? So if I take you to the backend and open the opportunity, so opportunity layouts will be provided, page layouts, but record types you need to create. So if I go here, so you will see lots of page layouts like donation, grant, in-kind, major gift, matching gift, membership. All these are provided by non-profit success pack. But if you want to use these page layouts, so you need to create record types. So these record types are not related to non-profit. These are custom that I created for other demonstration. But if you want to link your page layouts with record types, like you want donation record type separate, you want in-kind record type separately. So that way you can create your record types and you can use this page assignment and you can assign those page layouts with the record types. Okay, so if you click on edit assignment, so all those layouts will be available here. So as per your record type, you can assign these page layouts. Okay. So moving forward, so I just created one account, household account. So it will reflect here. So this household account is here. Now, if I go to context, and if I try to create new contact, again, this member contact and publisher contact, these are also not part of non-profit cloud. These also I created as custom. So if you install non-profit success pack, so there is no record type for contact. So I'm creating this contact and I'm going to fill the name. So let's say I'm creating one contact as Rishabh Seth, and I'm not populating any account, right? So in non-profit cloud, if you create any contact, so suppose there is only one member in the family, so you might be thinking like don't create any account, just create a contact. Still, this non-profit cloud will create a household for you automatically. So I'm creating this contact and just clicking on save. This account name is blank. So if I click on save, so you will see a household will be created automatically. So this contact is created, and here in this compact layout, you can see this account name, Rishabh Seth household is created automatically. If I go to related, so it is linked as well. And if I go to accounts, so here you can see this household is available. If I open this in the related list, this one contact is available. So this way your non-profit cloud is configured, right? Now, if I go further, so these things are listed over here as well. Okay, so this I already demonstrated you. And this way we can manage the existing household. So if I open the household, And if I click on this manage household button, so suppose you want to link any existing contact with newly created household, so that is also possible. So internally you can reshuffle your contact records between households. So here you can see I just clicked on manage household, so Rishabh household is open, and here I can search for the contacts and I can add contacts. So let's say I'm searching for test, so some contacts will be available. So let's say this contact, I'm just adding this contact in this household. So now this household is having two contacts. So you can say like these are donors or maybe members or anyone. Okay, so this way you can manage your household, and these are some household details. So on household record, you will see three fields: household name, formal greeting, informal greeting, right? So it depends if you want to enable this or not. So from here, you can manage these things. And if you save, so this household will be having two members now. So this way, these standard functionalities are there. So many of the things are already implemented. So you just need to leverage those as per the client requirement. Okay, so moving ahead. So what happens when I delete an account? So when you delete an account, so your Npsp success pack deletes associated written donation, allocation, relationship, everything will be deleted, right? And if there are opportunities with any status available, so you won't be able to delete. So this functionality is also implemented, right? So these kind of, so I just place some basic configuration things here, because in 1 hour we can't cover anything, everything. So for that purpose, you can go through with this documentation if you want to build your career in this cloud. Then if I go further, so this is one of the feature, one of the cool feature, and it is also implemented like when you install Npsp, so it is automatically available. But in different non-profit organization, it may work differently, so you can leverage that as well. So let's say you are running any non-profit organization, and some like contact is associated with that organization, and that contact is diseased now. He's dead, right? And if contact is no more in the world, still if you are sending emails, if you are calling that person, so that doesn't make any sense, right? That is not like human thing. So in this non-profit cloud, you will find a field, a checkbox that is disease, right? So if you enable this checkbox, so automatically on that contact record, do not contact, email opt out, and do not call will be enabled, right? So that if you are applying any automation, so if these checkboxes are enabled, so that automation will skip this contact record automatically, right? So these kind of features are available in this non-profit success pack automatically. So if you go here and go to contact record, so let's say if I open this and if I go to details, so here you will, okay, so this is different page. Okay, I just need to check it. So let me show you that on from the backend. Actually, there are various page layouts. So let me search for contact, fields and relationships. Sorry, page layouts. So here you can see we have various layouts. So actually, these top four will be these top four are provided by Developer Edition or by default. And this one, because after that I installed Npsp. So this contact layout is for that one. And if I open this, so here you will find that field. Here you can see this field is available, do not call, and everything is available. So now what I need to do, I need to assign this page layout so that I can have these information on the detail page. And I think you all are aware of this thing, like how we can assign page layout so you can manage these things. Okay, so this is one of the feature. Then we have relationships. So you can create relationships between contacts as well. So here we have this relationship viewer. option, so it is not visible. Let me open this one. Yep. So basically this contact is on that, this contact is having that page layout. Here you can see do not call disease. So non-profit success pack page layout is used with this contact. And if I go here, so I can have this option, relationships viewer. So if I open this, so you can see this contact is linked with this and they are friends. So this way you can create relationships as well. So let's say I am on this contact record, and if I click on new relationships, so I can click on new relationship and I can select a contact from here. Let's say I'm selecting this one. So I can select type. So let's say uncle. Current status, like currently is present. So this way I can relate. So one more contact is related. Now, if I go to related list, so here you will see relationships related list. So two contacts are related with this contact, Sanjay, and Ajay Verma is friend and Josh is uncle. Right? If I go to Ajay Verma's record, so on Ajay Verma's record, Sanjay will be available in the relationships. Right? So this relationship is basically a junction. And if I go to relationship viewer, so you will see 3 records now. So this way you can see the relationships between contacts. So this is also inbuilt functionality of this cloud. Okay, and if you go to backend, so here you can find that object. So relationship, and it is provided by a non-profit. So you can see NPE4, it is provided. Okay, and next we have address thing. So like in Western countries, people have different addresses, like they have seasonal addresses. So keeping that thing in mind, addresses are maintained here as well. So here you can see different section is available named as address information. So primary address, so here we have address type, work, home, address, other, and secondary address type. Then if you fill these, okay. So we have that information about seasonal, maybe in the related list. Okay. Let me just go to account. Yeah, here we have this thing. So on account, we have this address related list. If I click on new, so here you can see it is asking these information. These are generic information. Then address type, home, work, vacation, residence, then start date, end date, right, and other things. Then seasonal information, season start, and season start day, end day, right, whether it is verified or not. So these additional information are provided here. Okay, and net new different object you will find for that. This is provided by Npsp address object, right? So address is unique and different object which is provided by Npsp, and you can manage these kind of addresses, right? Then what object Npsp adds? So these are the objects which are added additionally by non-profit success pack. So addresses, affiliation, deliverables, engagement plan, general accounting unit, labels, payment. So these are added by that package. Recurring donation. So you might have heard about recurring, like if you want to donate monthly or yearly or quarterly, half yearly. So you can use this recurring donation object to manage those things. Then relationships, I already demoed, then soft credit. And this is complete non-profit ERD. So here you can see the objects which are in blue, sky blue, they are standard provided by Salesforce. Which are in pink, people, relationship, and programs. These are provided by non-profit success pack. Yellow are also provided by non-profit success pack. And others are utility. These are also part of non-profit success pack. Okay. And in non-profit, like if you know development things, so triggers are also handled in different way. Let me show you that as well. So we have different trigger handlers. So if I open, okay, so for that tab is not created. So basically, if I search. Yeah, so here you can see trigger handler. So for this tab is right now not available. So I'm quickly creating a tab so that I can show you. So basically through this, you can control. Through this, you can control. So I am just putting it on non-profit success pack and saving it. So basically you can control the order of your trigger execution. So if I go here, so you will see that tab here, trigger handler. So this non-profit trigger like Npsp, in Npsp we follow TDTM trigger like TDTM. I'm just not remembering the full form. It is driven trigger management. So if I go to all, so here you can see all the trigger handler names are available. And if I select fields to display, so you will see whether it is active or not, then which class it will be calling, then load order, then object, trigger action, whether it is managed through user or not. So these are the fields. So this is also provided by Salesforce. So here you can see like in Npsp, okay, I just recall the name. So it is table driven trigger management. TDTM is table driven trigger management, right? So yeah, Rishabh also posted it in the chat. So basically what you need to do in generic, what we do, we create a trigger and we call the class, right, through that trigger, and that trigger is called automatically. But in the TDTM, you just need to create the record here. If you create the trigger record here, then only your trigger will be initiated and your particular Apex trigger controller will be called. So this is the class where you will be writing the method. And here we need to define the action. These are the events that we use in the trigger. So for this account object, for after insert and after update, this class will be executed. If I open this record, so you will see all the information. So this way you need to create these triggers. So this is basically provided by non-profit success pack. So this is also important. Like if you learn this non-profit cloud and you will be working as a developer, so you need to learn this TDTM framework as well. And in this TDTM framework, implementation of trigger and test classes are kind of a little bit different. So 80% part is same, but 20% functional part is different that you need to learn. Okay, so these are some utility tabs which are available with this non-profit success pack. So now I think you can imagine how big it is, and it comes under salesforce.org. Okay, so I think
Sanjay, just to confirm one thing, like when we see like here the TDTM model, so the difference which we are saying, that the 20% difference which we have is like we are not creating directly the Apex triggers. Instead, we are creating the records for the triggers and assigning the handler class.
Exactly. Right. So we don't need to create triggers. In some of the cases, we need to create them as well. But in some of the cases, we don't need to create. So it depends. So you need to learn this whole TDTM framework for that. Right. So if I open this class, so let me show you quickly this as well. If I open the class, so how differently it is implemented. I think, okay, yeah, it is managed package class, so I won't be able to open this. So all these classes are related to managed package, so unfortunately, I won't be able to demo. But still, if you want to learn, so I think it is available here. Let me search. And it is very important in like another clouds also it is used. So here you can see TDTM overview. Let me show you how triggers are implemented. Okay, it is available in this document in advanced configuration, right? So this is TDTM overview, and if you go here, okay, this we already saw. Yeah, so you need to do these steps, coding your Apex class, writing your Apex test class, creating a trigger handler for your custom Apex class, then testing and deploying. Okay, and then you need to create the record. So I'm not seeing any example here. Yeah, this way you will be writing your class. So this is the 20% change that you need to do in your classes. So this way it works, right? So you just need to go through it, then only you will be able to understand. So 80% part that we use normally will be same, code and all, and other things you need to modify. So beginning part you need to modify. So here you can see, this is the example. So here you need to extend this npsp.pdtm runnable interface. Then you need to define run method. So this part is different. And here you will be using this, like which trigger action is working. So tdtm runnable.action.after insert. So generally what happens, we write these things in the trigger and then we call the handler methods. So this way you need to write the code.
Right. And then the classes which extends this interface, that classes will only be available for the selection.
Right. So this is very interesting, and I think in 2 of the projects I worked on those. So when I started working on development part, so I started with this framework only. So now I know both the things, simple triggers and this TDTM framework as well. So if you know this, so I think in Fins Cloud it is used, and in other clouds also, like wherever you have TDTM framework implemented, so you need to learn this as well for that. And writing of test class is also different for those. So yeah, here you can see, if you want to create a test class, so you need to create trigger handler record in the test class if you want to initiate that.
Right.
So this way, yeah, this way your test class will also be different, right? So this is quite interesting if you love like development things. So you can like without going through non-profit cloud, still you can learn TDTM framework. And maybe soon, like when I will be preparing a playlist or videos for Npsp, so we'll try to cover this framework as well. Because in Salesforce, there is a lot of things to create as a content. Okay, so there is one question from Tanishka, when to use trigger handler and normal trigger. So basically, if your cloud is supporting TDTM framework, then you need to use this TDTM. And if that is not supported, then you need to use normal triggers. So it depends. Because if this TDTM like tab is available, then only you will be able to like manage those things. So I think you can find it here as well in the object manager if we search for this trigger handler. Yeah, here is the object. So it is right now, it is supported through this non-profit success pack, right? So it is installed by default, this object. But if in your cloud, let's say you are working on Sales Cloud, so in Sales Cloud, this is not supported. because this object is not available. So if your cloud supports this, then only you will be able to implement. And if your cloud supports, then 100% implement all the things that is related to trigger through this TDTM framework. That will be beneficial, because through that you will be able to control the load order. So all these are for this non-profit success pack. But if you have created any custom object, then also you can create one entry here. So if you click on new, so you can create net new entry here as well. So that custom object API you can provide here. You can select the actions. All 7 actions are available here. Then handler class, name, and everything, load order. So through this way, so it is suggested in normal practice, create one trigger for one object. But here you can see we have different entries. So you can control, like this will work first for task and this will go second. So this way you can manage your orders. So you can have multiple entries for multiple objects. Okay, so I think these links I already shared with you. So this also I want to share. Even I didn't create any playlist as of now, but this playlist is available, which you can go through. So these are small videos related to Npsp. And this I already shared, Power of Us, which is product documentation. Okay, so this is all about non-profit cloud introduction. So if you have any question, and sorry I took 10 minutes more, but I hope I tried to deliver whatever knowledge I have related to non-profit cloud.
Yes, that is completely fine. And the session was very informative, Sanjay. And I believe the participant must have got a good knowledge of Npsp.
Okay, so if you have any question, so you can ask. And if in near future, any time, if you encounter and work, you get a chance to work on non-profit cloud, and if you need my help, so I'm always there. So I'm active like community member. So I love to speak on topics. I create contents and help freshers as well. So if you need my help, so I will be always there.
So if anyone has any question, they can unmute themselves and ask, or if they want, they can post it on chat. So I believe, okay, Prakash is saying they are not allowed to unmute. Okay, Prakash, let me check. Okay, now you can try to unmute yourself and let me know if you are still facing an issue.
Yeah, no, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so Sanjay, I have a question regarding the so as you said in this Npsp we can do recurring donation plus payment. So I just wanted to know, like, do we have any payment kind of integration already available with this? Like, do Salesforce offer any type of payment integration with any of the clients, like maybe Stripe or someone? Because if you are saying it's a recurring donation, maybe we need to have some ACH kind of mandate also to be created, right? Yeah.
Yes. So actually, what right now, if you install non-profit success pack, so you will have 2 objects. One, not 2, 3, like opportunity. Opportunity is having child as payment object, where all the payment information will be tracked. And if you use recurring donation, so payment is also linked with that recurring donation. But if you want to integrate that, so for that purpose, like as you know, we need to use integration things, because that right now payment object can store the payment information, but you cannot initiate those payments. So you need to leverage that Npsp with the integration, and you can integrate it with any other system, right? So that if someone wants to pay, so through that third-party tool, they can pay, and automatically one payment record will be created in this non-profit org. So this way it can happen.
Okay, so you're saying
similarly,
yeah, please.
yeah, by default it is not available.
Okay,
So
okay, but
right now we need to do that manually.
okay, but the payment record will be created where all the information,
Yeah,
like if I
right.
wanted to do the recurring donation, which is a kind of ACH kind of thing, right? Like where a
Yes.
mandate has been created and every time a payment will be credited from the account. So by that it creates that records, but it will not leverage any third party integration.
No,
Okay.
no. So what happens? So for example, you initiated 12 donation for 12 months. So 12 payment records will be created automatically. And once your January amount is paid, so right now manually we need to enable the checkbox. Like on payment record, we have a checkbox paid or not. So if you enable that checkbox, it means your amount is paid. But if you integrate your non-profit with any third-party integration, so whenever any payment is made, so that checkbox can be enabled automatically through any automation tool, maybe Trigger or Flow.
Okay. One more question. Yeah, one more question. Actually, we were using volunteers for Salesforce. It's a kind of all different Npsp package, right? So I just wanted to know, for this payments to this payment record, which you're saying is in the different package of, or it's like it's in the full package of Npsp, because we were only using volunteering for Salesforce. We are not using all the Npsp packages. So if like I can talk to you offline, that's fine if I'm taking a lot of time.
No worries. Just quickly I can answer. So payment is part of Npsp, and V4S, volunteer for service, is independent. That is not related to payment. So if you want to use payment, so anyhow you need to install Npsp. So you need both in that case.
Acha, whole package I need to install. Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe because everything is integrated internally, so it will work according. Otherwise, you need to create your own custom payment object.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Tanishka is asking, are there any hands-on present to learn more for this cloud? So yeah, the playlist link which I shared, it is basically based on hands-on, and the product documentation is also having all the steps, so you can go through with that as well. And Shivam is asking, is there any setting by which we can control the campaign member records over campaign? Like if someone creates any volunteer shifts and assign the volunteer to that shift, that volunteer comes under campaign member over. Yeah, that I need to check. Actually, it is too technical, so I need to check on this. So maybe we can talk about it offline. Okay, Shivam.
Participants, actually, I have allowed you to unmute and ask the questions. If you have any questions, you can ask, or if you would like to make the session more interactive, you can just come up and introduce yourself and something that you want to share with us.
Yeah, maybe I think maybe other things as well, if you allow, or related to this session. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It can be related to anything related to Salesforce.
Yeah.